Imagine a life where nothing can disrupt your peace, a life where insults, challenges, and chaos simply roll off your spirit like water on a lotus leaf. How empowering would it be to live with such inner strength? Today, we'll explore 10 timeless Buddhist principles that promise to guide you toward this unshakable state of being. As the Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Let's embark on this transformative journey together. Principle 1. Insults and offenses, the power of letting go. Insults and offenses are part of life. But Buddhism teaches us that their power lies not in the words themselves, but in how we choose to respond to them. Imagine someone throws a rock into a calm pond. The water ripples, but eventually, it returns to its serene state. This imagery reflects how we can handle hurtful words. They may cause a brief disturbance, but we have the choice to let the moment pass and restore our inner peace. The Buddha famously said, "Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die." When we cling to resentment or anger, we hurt ourselves far more than the person who insulted us. Their words often stem from their own pain, insecurities, or misunderstandings, and are more a reflection of their inner turmoil than of who we are. Recognizing this allows us to approach these situations with compassion rather than letting negativity consume us. Letting go of offenses doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing emotions. It's about acknowledging the pain, understanding its root, and choosing not to let it define or control us. This process may involve deep breathing, mindfulness practices, or simply shifting focus to something positive. Over time, we develop a mental resilience, much like the pond that quickly settles after being disturbed. A practical way to cultivate this resilience is to pause and ask yourself, what's the deeper lesson here? Perhaps the insult reveals a truth about your actions that you can learn from, or maybe it's an opportunity to strengthen your patience and forgiveness. By reframing insults as opportunities for growth, you can transform negative encounters into moments of empowerment. Through mindfulness and compassion, you can create a shield against the power of insults. By choosing to let go, you reclaim control over your peace, ensuring that external words or actions cannot disturb the tranquility within. Principle 2. Transform everyone into a teacher. Buddhism offers a profound perspective on human interactions by encouraging us to see everyone we meet as a teacher. This principle teaches us that whether a person brings joy or challenges into our lives, they are here to impart valuable lessons. By adopting this mindset, we transform every encounter into an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. The Buddha said, "When watching after yourself, you watch after others. When watching after others, you watch after yourself." This means that by observing our reactions to others' behaviors, we gain insight into our own strengths and weaknesses. For example, if someone acts with kindness, they remind us of the power of compassion. Conversely, if someone is unkind or critical, they offer us the chance to practice patience, tolerance, or forgiveness. Let's consider a common scenario. You encounter someone who is rude or dismissive. It's natural to feel upset or defensive, but instead, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is this person teaching me about myself? Perhaps they are highlighting your need to develop greater calmness under pressure or to cultivate empathy by understanding their struggles. This shift in perspective transforms what could have been a negative experience into a meaningful lesson. Seeing others as teachers also nurtures humility and open-mindedness. It reminds us that everyone, no matter their status or demeanor, has something to offer. This doesn't mean we need to accept bad behavior, but rather that we can extract wisdom from every interaction. Even challenging people can teach us resilience, boundaries, or the importance of self-care. By viewing others as teachers, we cultivate gratitude for life's complexities. Each person becomes a mirror, reflecting the areas where we can grow. This practice not only deepens our understanding of ourselves, but also fosters compassion, making us less reactive and more resilient in the face of negativity. In this way, every interaction becomes a step toward inner peace and enlightenment. Principle 3. Turn envy into inspiration. Envy is a natural human emotion, but in Buddhism, it is seen as a barrier to personal growth and inner peace. Instead of allowing envy to fester and lead to resentment, Buddhism teaches us to transform this emotion into inspiration. When we encounter someone who has achieved success, possesses qualities we admire, or experiences happiness that we desire, we can view them not as competitors, but as role models who motivate us to improve ourselves. The Buddha wisely said, "Do not be jealous of others' good qualities, but out of admiration, adopt them yourself." This profound teaching reminds us that another person's success or happiness does not diminish our own worth. Instead, their achievements can serve as a guide, showing us what is possible if we focus on growth and effort. Imagine seeing someone excel in a skill you admire, such as painting, public speaking, or building strong relationships. Envy might initially arise, making you feel inadequate. But what if you shifted your mindset? Instead of feeling inferior, you could ask yourself, what can I learn from them? Observe their habits, their dedication, and their approach to challenges. Use their journey as inspiration to refine your own path. Turning envy into inspiration also fosters a sense of gratitude. Rather than comparing yourself negatively to others, you begin to appreciate the unique qualities you possess and the opportunity to learn from those who have walked further along a similar path. This mindset removes the toxicity of comparison and replaces it with motivation and curiosity. Practicing this transformation regularly helps you develop humility and resilience. It allows you to celebrate others' successes as a source of joy rather than bitterness. Over time, you'll notice that your focus shifts from external validation to personal growth. As a result, envy loses its grip, and you remain calm and unaffected by the achievements of others. Instead, you grow stronger, inspired, and more aligned with your true potential. Principle 4. Be strict with yourself, but tolerant with others. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the balance between self-discipline and compassion for others. This principle urges us to hold ourselves to high standards while extending understanding and tolerance to others. By striving for personal excellence and simultaneously accepting others' imperfections, we create harmony within ourselves and in our relationships. The Buddha said, "You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." This quote highlights the importance of cultivating self-awareness and self-respect. Being strict with yourself means taking responsibility for your actions, setting goals, and maintaining discipline to grow as a person. It involves asking yourself tough questions, acknowledging areas where you can improve, and working diligently toward those improvements. However, This strictness is not about self-criticism or harsh judgment. Instead, it's rooted in compassion for yourself, recognizing that discipline is a form of self-care. For example, committing to meditation, healthy habits, or ethical behavior requires effort, but it leads to inner peace and growth over time. On the other hand, being tolerant with others means recognizing that everyone is on their own journey. Each person has their struggles, perspectives, and lessons to learn. When someone falls short of your expectations or acts in a way that bothers you, remind yourself that they, too, are navigating life's challenges. This understanding fosters empathy and patience, preventing you from reacting harshly to their mistakes. Imagine a scenario where a colleague misses a deadline, causing inconvenience. Instead of reacting with frustration, take a moment to reflect. Have I ever made a mistake? How can I approach this with kindness? While holding yourself accountable for doing your best, extend grace to others, knowing that perfection is unattainable for everyone. By practicing this principle, you cultivate inner strength and emotional resilience. Self-discipline helps you stay focused and grow, while tolerance strengthens relationships and reduces conflict. Together, they create a life of balance, one where you strive for self-improvement without letting the imperfections of others disrupt your peace. Principle 5. No one can hurt you without your consent. Buddhism teaches a profound truth. No one has the power to hurt you emotionally or spiritually unless you allow it. While others may act in ways that cause pain, your reaction to their actions remains entirely within your control. This principle is a cornerstone of inner peace and resilience, empowering you to take responsibility for your well-being. The Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." These words remind us that our inner peace is our own responsibility. Others can provoke, criticize, or even betray us, but their actions only affect us deeply if we let them. By choosing how we respond, we reclaim power over our emotional state. Imagine a sturdy tree standing firm during a storm. The wind may bend its branches, but its roots hold strong, ensuring it doesn't fall. Similarly, cultivating inner strength through mindfulness, meditation, and self-awareness enables us to remain grounded during life's storms. Hurtful words or actions may cause momentary ripples, but they do not have to uproot our peace. This principle also emphasizes the importance of detachment. Often, the pain we feel stems from our attachment to specific outcomes, relationships, or expectations. When someone acts in a way that defies those expectations, it can feel like a personal attack. However, by detaching from the need to control others or expecting them to behave a certain way, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary suffering. For example, if a friend criticizes you harshly, instead of internalizing their words, pause and reflect. Is this criticism valid? If so, how can I use it to grow? If not, why should I let it disturb my peace? This approach shifts the focus from blame to self-reflection and growth. Ultimately, the realization that no one can truly hurt you without your consent fosters freedom and resilience. It teaches you to stop seeking validation or blame externally and instead focus on strengthening your inner self. By practicing this principle, you can navigate challenges with grace, ensuring that your peace remains unshaken by external circumstances. Principle 6. The power of acceptance. Acceptance is one of the most transformative principles in Buddhism, emphasizing the importance of embracing life as it is without resistance or judgment. It teaches us to release our attachment to how things should be and instead find peace in the reality of the present moment. This practice doesn't mean giving up or resigning to a passive existence. It means seeing things clearly and responding to them with wisdom and composure. The Buddha said, "Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be." These words remind us that much of our suffering comes from resisting reality. When we dwell on the past, wishing it were different, or when we cling to rigid expectations about the future, we create unnecessary pain. Acceptance allows us to let go of these mental struggles and focus on what is within our control. Imagine you're caught in a sudden rainstorm. You can either waste energy being upset about getting wet, or you can accept the rain, adapt, and enjoy the experience. Similarly, in life, there are countless storms we cannot control, such as losing a job, facing a health challenge, or dealing with a difficult person. Acceptance doesn't mean you like or agree with these situations. It means you acknowledge their existence and use your energy wisely to respond rather than resist. Practicing acceptance also fosters compassion for yourself and others. When you accept your flaws and mistakes, you free yourself from self-criticism and guilt, creating space for growth and self-love. Likewise, accepting others as they are, including their imperfections, builds stronger, more empathetic relationships. Acceptance is not passive, it is active awareness. For example, if you face a challenge at work, acceptance means recognizing the issue without denial or blame, then deciding how best to handle it. This clarity of mind prevents the added stress that comes from resisting or overanalyzing the situation. In practicing acceptance, you conserve energy for positive actions and align yourself with the natural flow of life. This mindset brings a profound sense of peace, helping you navigate difficulties with resilience and grace. By embracing the present moment, you reduce suffering and create a foundation for a harmonious, fulfilling life. Principle 7. Living in harmony with nature. Buddhism teaches us that living in harmony with nature is not only a way to respect the environment, but also a path to inner peace and balance. Nature, with its cycles of growth, decay, and renewal, offers profound lessons about life and the impermanence of all things. By aligning our lives with these rhythms, we cultivate mindfulness and reduce the stress and complexities of modern life. The Buddha said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." This teaching reminds us that connecting with nature nourishes both our body and spirit. When we spend time in natural settings, walking in a forest, sitting by a river, or observing a sunrise, we feel a deep sense of calm and interconnectedness. These moments remind us of our place in the larger web of life, helping us let go of our ego-driven worries. Living in harmony with nature also means respecting its cycles. For instance, the changing seasons teach us that nothing is permanent. There is a time for growth, rest, and renewal. By embracing these cycles, we learn to be patient and accept change in our own lives. For example, just as winter prepares the earth for spring, periods of difficulty in our lives can set the stage for personal growth and transformation. Practically, living according to nature involves small, intentional actions that reconnect us with the natural world. Rising with the sun, Eating seasonal and whole foods, and spending time outdoors are simple yet effective ways to align with nature's rhythms. These practices not only improve physical health, but also bring mental clarity and emotional stability. Furthermore, respecting nature fosters a sense of responsibility. When we recognize the beauty and interdependence of life, we are inspired to protect the environment, whether by reducing waste, conserving resources, or supporting sustainable practices. This mindfulness extends to how we treat all living beings, reinforcing the Buddhist value of compassion. By living in harmony with nature, we simplify our lives, reduce stress, and find solace in the world around us. Nature becomes both a teacher and a sanctuary, helping us stay grounded and resilient amidst life's challenges. In this alignment, we discover a profound sense of balance and peace, remaining unaffected by the artificial pressures of modern life. Principle 8. Focus on ethical living. Ethical living is a cornerstone of Buddhism, rooted in the understanding that our thoughts, words, and actions shape not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. By committing to ethical principles such as honesty, compassion, and respect for all beings, we create a foundation of integrity and harmony that shields us from negativity and cultivates inner peace. The Buddha said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This profound teaching highlights the connection between our mental state and our behavior. When we act ethically, we align our actions with our highest values, creating a sense of clarity and balance in our lives. Ethical living doesn't just guide how we interact with others. It also strengthens our relationship with ourselves by fostering self-respect and reducing inner conflict. At the heart of ethical living is the principle of non-harm, or ahimsa. This involves avoiding actions that cause suffering to others and instead striving to create positive ripples in the world. For example, choosing kind and truthful words in a difficult conversation builds trust and understanding, while acting out of anger or deceit damages relationships and causes unnecessary turmoil. Ethical living also extends to the practice of mindfulness in daily decisions. For instance, being mindful of how we consume resources, treat animals, or care for the environment reflects our interconnectedness with all living beings. These small acts of awareness contribute to a more harmonious world and reinforce our sense of purpose and responsibility. One powerful benefit of ethical living is the creation of positive karma. When we live in alignment with moral principles, we generate positive energy that not only improves our immediate circumstances, but also supports long-term well-being. For example, consistently practicing honesty fosters trust, which strengthens relationships and builds a supportive community. Living ethically doesn't mean perfection. It means striving to make conscious, thoughtful choices in every moment. It involves reflecting on our actions and their consequences, asking ourselves, does this align with my values? Will this bring benefit or harm? This reflection cultivates self-awareness and helps us navigate life with integrity. Ultimately, ethical living is not just about following a set of rules. It's about embodying compassion, wisdom, and respect in every aspect of life. By focusing on ethical living, we create a life of peace, meaning, and resilience, unaffected by external chaos and rooted in the strength of our own moral compass. Principle 9. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a transformative practice that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, fostering a mindset of abundance and joy. In Buddhism, gratitude is not merely an emotional response, but a conscious practice that enhances our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. By acknowledging the blessings in our lives, we cultivate a sense of contentment and inner peace that remains unshaken by external circumstances. The Buddha emphasized gratitude with the words, "Let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little." This teaching encourages us to look for positives in every situation, no matter how small. Even on difficult days, there is always something to appreciate: a kind gesture, a moment of quiet, or simply the breath that sustains us. Gratitude invites us to recognize and cherish these moments. Practicing gratitude can be as simple as starting or ending your day by reflecting on 3 things you're thankful for. These could range from significant blessings, like supportive relationships, to small joys, like the warmth of the sun or the taste of a good meal. Writing these thoughts in a gratitude journal can deepen the practice and serve as a reminder during challenging times. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we express appreciation for others, be it a thank you to a friend, a compliment to a colleague, or an acknowledgement of a stranger's kindness, we foster a sense of connection and mutual respect. This positive energy not only benefits others, but also reinforces our own happiness. Moreover, gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity and stress. By focusing on what's going well, we train our minds to see the good in life, even amidst challenges. For example, during a tough situation, instead of dwelling on what's wrong, we can ask ourselves, what lesson can I learn? What can I still be grateful for? This shift in perspective builds resilience and a sense of hope. Gratitude also aligns us with the Buddhist principle of mindfulness. When we slow down and become fully present, we begin to notice the countless blessings that often go overlooked: the sound of birds chirping, the beauty of a blooming flower, or the laughter of loved ones. By cultivating this awareness, gratitude becomes a natural part of our daily experience. Ultimately, practicing gratitude helps us remain grounded and unaffected by life's ups and downs. It reminds us that joy and peace come not from accumulating more, but from appreciating what we already have. As we integrate gratitude into our lives, we open ourselves to greater happiness, deeper connections, and a profound sense of fulfillment. Principle 10. Trust the process and let go of control. One of Buddhism's most liberating principles is learning to trust the process of life and let go of the need to control every outcome. This practice stems from the understanding that attachment to specific desires, outcomes, or expectations is the root of suffering. By embracing uncertainty and accepting life's natural flow, we free ourselves from the stress and anxiety that often accompany our attempts to control what cannot be controlled. The Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." This teaching reveals a profound truth. Much of our pain arises not from life itself, but from our resistance to it. When we insist on a particular path or outcome, we create rigidity in our thinking. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means doing our best, releasing attachment to results, and trusting that life will unfold as it's meant to. Imagine you are in a river. Swimming against the current exhausts you, while going with the flow allows you to move with ease. Similarly, in life, When we stop resisting the natural course of events, we conserve our energy for meaningful action. This doesn't mean passivity. It means acting with intention while staying open to unexpected outcomes. Trusting the process also involves patience and faith in life's timing. For example, when pursuing a goal, setbacks may feel frustrating. However, these moments often serve as opportunities for growth or redirection. By letting go of the need to force progress, we allow ourselves to adapt and explore new possibilities. This principle is particularly powerful in relationships. Often, we try to control how others behave or how situations should unfold, which can lead to tension and disappointment. By letting go, we learn to accept people and circumstances as they are, fostering harmony and mutual respect. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can help us develop this skill. When faced with uncertainty, taking a moment to breathe and reflect helps us center ourselves, reminding us that we don't need to have all the answers right now. Trusting the process is about engaging fully with the present moment and finding peace in the journey, rather than fixating on the destination. Ultimately, this principle teaches us to live with grace and resilience. By releasing our need for control, we open ourselves to life's wisdom and possibilities, allowing us to experience its richness without being weighed down by fear or frustration. Trusting the process empowers us to navigate challenges with a calm, steady heart and an unshakable inner peace. Closing reflection. By integrating these 10 principles into your life, you can cultivate a state of mind where nothing can affect you. True peace comes from within, an enduring calm that no storm can shake. Thank you for joining this journey toward inner strength and serenity. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with others seeking tranquility.